Story number 5, The Lesson on Confidence. It was the first day of my math class with Mr. Peter. As soon as we walked in, he handed out a surprise quiz. The whole class was taken aback when Mr. Peter gave us 3 different sets of questions and said, "The first set contains a mix of both easy and difficult questions. If you answer them all correctly, you will get 10 points. The second set has relatively easy questions with a maximum score of 8. The third set contains very easy questions, with a maximum score of 6. You can choose which set you'd like to attempt." We only had 15 minutes to complete the quiz, so I decided to play it safe and chose the second set. Not just me, but everyone in the class did the same. No one chose the first set. A week later, Mr. Peter handed back our quizzes, and the class was even more surprised when we learned that our total score was based solely on which set we had chosen, regardless of whether we answered the questions correctly or not. The class monitor asked Mr. Peter, "Sir, why did you do that?" Mr. Peter smiled and answered with seriousness, "For this quiz, I wanted to test your confidence. Everyone dreams of getting a perfect 10, but few are brave enough to take the challenge to make that dream a reality." Mr. Peter's unusual quiz taught us an important lesson. Sometimes things that seem difficult at first may actually be simpler than we think, but our lack of confidence can stop us from even trying. If we don't face challenges with self-assurance, we'll never know our true abilities and will find it hard to reach the peak of success. Stoicism is a powerful philosophy of life that encourages individuals to confront challenges, overcome adversity, and maintain composure in every situation. The teachings of Stoicism help us realize that happiness does not rely on external circumstances, but on how we respond to and accept the world around us. Here are 5 life lessons rooted in Stoic principles, drawn from an inspiring story that illustrates how these timeless teachings can guide us to live better, more fulfilling lives. 1. Embracing what cannot be changed. The story of Teacher Peter and the exam is a clear example of the Stoic principle of accepting what cannot be changed. When Teacher Peter presented 3 different exam options, every student had the chance to choose, but no one dared to face the most challenging one. This mirrors a core tenet of Stoicism: not everything is within our control. Accept what you cannot change and focus only on what you can. As Marcus Aurelius, one of the most revered Stoic philosophers, once said, "The important thing is not what happens to you in life, but how you react to it." Life is filled with the unexpected, with things that are beyond our control. We can't manage every situation, but we have absolute control over how we respond. By accepting what cannot be changed, we free ourselves from unnecessary worry and frustration. In the story, the students were initially hesitant, not because they lacked the ability, but because they feared the unknown challenge. Their reluctance to face the hardest choice reflected an underlying anxiety about what they couldn't control, the outcome. But the deeper message from the teacher was not about the test itself, it was about their internal response to the challenges they would face, both in the exam and in life. When we accept what we cannot alter, whether it's the circumstances, the people around us, or even the obstacles in our path, we release ourselves from the burden of resistance. Stoicism teaches us that peace comes not from shaping the world to our liking, but from adjusting our mindset to the reality before us. When we embrace this concept, we empower ourselves to focus on the present, direct our energy toward the things we can change, and, ultimately, cultivate inner calm and resilience. 2. Stepping out of your comfort zone to grow. Teacher Peter created a unique situation to challenge his students' confidence. The exam wasn't about being right or wrong, it was about bravery and self-assurance in facing a challenge. This mirrors a fundamental lesson in Stoicism: true growth can only happen when we confront our fears and step outside our comfort zone. Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, once said, "It is not what happens to you that matters, but how you react to it." This statement underscores the Stoic belief that life's difficulties are not inherently bad. Instead, it is our response to these difficulties that shapes our growth. The fear of failure often holds us back, but in Stoic philosophy, failure is not to be feared, it is to be embraced as an opportunity for self-improvement. In the story, the student's hesitation to choose the toughest exam option reflected a common fear, the fear of failure, of stepping into the unknown. But Teacher Peter's lesson was profound. He wanted them to realize that facing these fears head-on is where true growth lies. When we stay within the boundaries of what's comfortable, we miss out on the invaluable opportunities that come from pushing ourselves beyond those limits. The Stoics teach that we should actively seek out challenges because it is in those moments of discomfort that we truly discover who we are and what we're capable of. Stepping out of our comfort zone isn't always easy, but it's through these challenges that we develop resilience, wisdom, and strength. Stoicism doesn't advocate for avoiding fear but for mastering it, understanding that the process of overcoming is what leads to true personal development. By facing our fears, we grow stronger, more confident, and ultimately, more aligned with our highest potential. 3. Confidence is not innate, but the result of perseverance. In the story, Teacher Peter not only taught his students academic knowledge but also instilled in them the lesson of self-confidence. Confidence, as demonstrated by the challenge in the exam, isn't just about making the right choices, it's about persistence. Stoicism teaches us that perseverance and practice are the keys to building confidence. Seneca, another prominent Stoic philosopher, once said, "The only way to gain confidence is through hard work, accepting hardship, and embracing challenge." In this, Seneca reminds us that confidence is not something that comes naturally, it is a product of consistent effort, overcoming adversity, and pushing through difficulties. The student's initial hesitation in facing the toughest test option reflects the common misconception that confidence is a natural trait that some have and others don't. However, the lesson from Teacher Peter is clear: confidence is not built by avoiding the difficult but by confronting it. It's through the ongoing practice and commitment to our goals that we cultivate the strength and assurance needed to succeed. Stoicism teaches us that failure is not something to be feared but a valuable teacher in the process of growth. Each failure provides an opportunity to refine our abilities, to strengthen our resolve, and to become more adept in our endeavors. Confidence does not stem from smooth sailing but from our capacity to persist, to keep going despite obstacles, and to take every challenge as a chance to improve. For the Stoics, true confidence comes from knowing that we are in control of our actions, our responses, and our efforts. It's not about avoiding difficulties but about building the fortitude to face them head-on, no matter how daunting they seem. Every moment of struggle is an opportunity to grow, and it's this mindset that ultimately cultivates lasting confidence, confidence born and not of ease, but of perseverance. 4. Focus on action, not the outcome. In the story, although there was no formal test, Teacher Peter wanted his students to understand that what matters most is the action, not the final result. This reflects a core principle of Stoicism: we cannot control the outcome, only our actions. Epictetus once said, "It's not the results you expect that are important, but the way you take each step." This Stoic wisdom reminds us that the process, the actions we take, is what truly matters. In life, it's easy to get caught up in worrying about the end result, finishing a project, achieving a goal, or gaining approval. Yet, Stoicism teaches that the outcome is often beyond our control. What we can control, however, is the quality of our actions, the effort we put forth in the present moment. In the context of Teacher Peter's class, the students' focus should have been on making the best possible decision, applying themselves with integrity, and doing their best in the moment. The emphasis wasn't on getting a perfect score but on the courage to choose and act in alignment with one's values, regardless of the outcome. This is a crucial lesson of Stoicism: the only true control we have lies in our actions, in the effort we apply, and in our mindset as we face challenges. When we focus too much on the end result, we become anxious and lose sight of what truly drives success, the steady progress we make every day. By investing our energy into doing our best right now, we free ourselves from the pressure of achieving a specific outcome and allow the natural consequences of our efforts to unfold. In this way, we let go of the anxiety that comes with chasing perfection and find peace in the process itself. The Stoic mindset teaches us that while we cannot always control the results, we can always control how we approach the task at hand. By embracing the journey, rather than obsessing over the destination, we cultivate a sense of fulfillment that is independent of any specific outcome. And, as Stoics believe, when we focus on taking the right actions, the right results will follow. 5. Live simply and let go of material attachments. The final lesson from the story is about simplicity and the importance of letting go of material attachments. Teacher Peter showed his students that life doesn't always require material comfort to achieve one's goals. It is simplicity and the ability to relinquish unnecessary possessions that open the path to true happiness and freedom. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Life is not about accumulation, but about living with meaning." This Stoic wisdom underscores the importance of focusing on what truly matters, rather than being consumed by the pursuit of material wealth or possessions. If we hold on to things that we don't truly need, we only burden ourselves, making life more complicated and less fulfilling. In the story, Teacher Peter's decision to give his students a choice in how they approached the test wasn't about a material reward or external validation, it was about encouraging them to simplify their decision-making process and focus on their inner strength. The lesson here is that when we let go of excess, both physically and mentally, we make room for more important things, such as personal growth and genuine contentment. Living simply does not mean deprivation, but rather a conscious decision to prioritize what is truly important. When we relinquish our attachment to things that do not serve our well-being or our purpose, we free ourselves from the burden of overconsumption and anxiety. The Stoic perspective teaches that happiness is not found in what we own, but in how we live and how we choose to direct our attention. By letting go of the unnecessary, whether it be material possessions, unnecessary worries, or societal expectations, we make space for peace, clarity, and the pursuit of a meaningful life. In doing so, we embrace the freedom that comes with living in alignment with our values rather than being tethered to things that distract us from our true path. As Marcus Aurelius wisely put it, life is about living meaningfully, not accumulating more for the sake of it. In this way, we create the space to cultivate inner peace, live with purpose, and, ultimately, experience the freedom and joy that come from living simply. Stoicism is not just a philosophy, it's a powerful tool that helps us approach life with calmness and reason. The lessons from Teacher Peter's story teach us about confidence, action, and, perhaps most importantly, the value of living simply, letting go of material attachments, and finding freedom in life. These lessons, when applied, not only help us live better but also make us stronger and more resilient in the face of life's challenges. If you found these insights helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more thought-provoking content. Join us in exploring the wisdom of Stoicism and how it can help you navigate life's ups and downs with grace and strength. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more inspiring stories.